This anchorage has gotten very windy and wavy and uncomfortable. Every once in a while some breaking waves even come by and really pound us. And the wind's gonna switch in about an hour supposedly and start pulling us to shore, so we don't want that. So it's time to pull this anchor up. Probably have to use everything I have to get the anchor off the ground and real quick get us pointed away from these rocks. And we're heading out into what could be 40 knots of wind, so it could be my strongest conditions I've ever sailed in. We'll see. Drift. Okay, that went really smoothly. Trying to steer away from this land here. So as we get around this corner, we're going to see what the actual waves are out there, and I'm not looking forward to it. Probably in a few hours the wind will switch, and so that'll make them steepen up but get smaller. And then they'll start to build from the other direction. It'll take a while before they get really massive, but it has been pretty windy all day. Oh, hit 40 for a second. So now we're doing 3 to 4 knots with just that tiny little bit of sail. Unfortunately, it's kind of in the wrong direction. It is really counting on the forecast to be approximately right, and the wind needs to switch directions. It should within the next hour. Fingers crossed. Otherwise, we're just going back to Venice, I guess. Because I'm not going to put the mainsail and beat into this. This would be miserable. It's really not too bad right now. It's actually kind of more comfortable than the anchorage because we're not being like jolted around. It's just kind of like slow rocking over the big waves. Oh man. Yeah, so the wind kind of did its 180. And now like we're getting blown downwind straight into the waves. They just don't show up on camera. They're huge, so it's kind of cool. You can just hear that wind roaring. There's a little bit of a sunset over there. the pitch pulling motion every once in a while. It's just like the boat just goes like almost on its nose, and then it pops through a wave and pops right back up. Woo, I'm going weightless here. This is so fun. So Pickle was just starting to turn and run into this little island, but now I had to go outside and adjust the course, and now we're gonna avoid the island, Venecia. We're not gonna hit it. Well, we just got laid down on our side, and everything went flying, and Pickle went off course for a little bit, so I had to go outside, and it was crazy out there. But then once I got it back on the course, a giant wave came over the boat, and like 10 gallons of water just gushed down the hatch while it was open before I could get back inside. So that wasn't great, but you know, the bed is still mostly dry. The windows are leaking a little bit. I mean, I got them. Oh, it's not tight enough. I thought I had them tight. It's not too bad though. Now we're back on course, doing 3.5 knots. We were doing 6. I had to slow it down, just roll the jib in a little more. But now we're not plowing into the waves so hard. And yeah, I think over the next few hours it'll die down. I guess we'll take this off. I feel ridiculous, but I'm glad I got this nice foul weather gear. Gil's been sending me a bunch of nice stuff. Do need a new life jacket. This thing is moldy as heck. Just had to go outside again. It was weird. My mooring line spool had come all the way undone and was just dragging behind like a warp, and was slowing us down about a knot, and it was making the boat steer, try to jibe. But I took care of that, and that kind of fixed it. Also, the mainsail is starting to fly out of the bag, and the zipper jammed up on the back, so I can't close it. I should put some ropes around there, but I don't really want to climb up there right now. And then the sail, you can see, is kind of flapping about. The phone just gave me an alert that my bilge pumps have stopped working. It's trying to pump. Doing it, and then the backup doesn't seem to work either. So great, we're gonna go out in the cockpit and hand pump. Fun. And that's where the bilge pump is. Get it pumping. Sail. Put out, and then the zipper ripped off. I can't deal with that now. That should be dry now. Oh yeah. Need to hose that out though. But good for now. I've got a spare up front. I'll go swap that out next time I'm in port. I'm not doing that right now. And I'll just check if I need to hand pump it out in a few hours. All right, next day, 9:30 in the morning. We're blasting along at 7 knots. And I'm happy with that. Not gonna slow us down. Conditions mellowed out a bit. Not a whole lot of ships out today. Wish I could make this pulley stop squeaking. I'm gonna make some eggs now. Just hard boiled, the easiest. I've been reading this book by Cousteau for the last couple passages. It's about like the ocean and stuff. I like the ocean. I really wanted to go to that island over there. It looked like a cool place to visit. It was like right in the middle of the Adriatic. But the wave size, I think it's going to be hard to go ashore with the dinghy and stuff. And maybe even anchor. Maybe next time. I'm in a conundrum now. I need to switch the whisker pole to the other side. You see the mainsails, the jibs pull out on that side, and it'd be better if it's pulled on that side so we can go more towards our destination, I think. But these waves are a little big. And I'm not looking forward to that. I think also getting dressed for this stuff is even worse than going outside. It's so annoying, you're always falling over every time you try to put your rain pants on. That's not going anywhere. Well, that turned out to be kind of fruitless. Put the whisker pole on the other side, and then I realized we needed to go even further into the wind, so I had to take the whisker pole down, so it was another trip back. 3 trips, because I got rope stuck on there. and I guess the wind just kept shifting, and so now we're on the exact same course as before, although maybe we'd be even further off course if I hadn't done that at all, so maybe it was worthwhile. And this thing's crashed, of course. Never get a wireless wind sensor. Horrible the choice. My cough's coming back. I feel like sometimes sailing is a little stressful. I almost just got over it. We did 127 miles in 25 hours, 26 hours, something like that. So that's pretty good, actually. I'm very happy with that. Finally put some good miles under the keel. Now I'm just gonna make some food and maybe a limb sip, and then I've kind of napped all day, so we'll see if I can sleep tonight. But we got plenty of distance offshore if you like to sleep okay, and the AIS is picking up our targets, so we're okay. I decided I'm going to try to finally figure out where that water is coming from in here, if it's the water tank or something else. But I had to remove like 20 screws, or the boat's heeled over like this. We're going to get to the bottom of this once I get this open, I think. I don't really have any place to put this, that's the problem. It looks like it's coming in from the back of the boat there, not the water tank, although this isn't tight, so maybe I should tighten that just in case. This isn't tight, maybe we need to tighten that too. All right, 3:30 a.m. I woke up just in time to adjust the course because we were about to sail downwind past our destination, and I'm not doing that. It would be the third time in a row if I had done that. No way. See land ahead. Conditions finally mellowing out a bit. The name of this town is called Monopoli. And it looks like there's a free town dock that you can stay at for 24 hours. So that's where I'm gonna go. Monopoli Harbor. This is sailing at Pickled Herring. 16. Oh, looks pretty nice. There's a dock behind there. Here's a little dock. And I gotta re-spool this entire mess of mooring line. Okay, I just checked in with the harbor master office. He seemed very stressed, but it was in fact free. I just had to fill out. It was only one piece of paper, but I had a lot of questions. So we get one day here, and I'm just gonna fix a few things on the boat, get some more groceries, walk around, and then we'll head on our way towards whatever's next. We don't know. Greece, Malta, Montenegro, Albania, more of Italy. We'll see. What's in here? Look at that. I took a nice nap and walked around, and now back onto the projects. I started by pumping out the bilge. Let's see if double check and make sure these bilge pumps still don't work. So nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. That is weird. Okay, so maybe, I think they're both connected to the same wiring. Maybe that would be a start. I do have a spare though. I've got a spare to the spare, just for this such occasion. We were getting no voltage on those two wires, so I'm guessing it is not the bilge pumps. It's a wiring problem. Appears to be just a blown fuse. Okay, easy problem, although I only have one spare, so now I need a new spare of this type. All right, that fixed both of them. Nice to have an easy project for once. Next step is we're sew on the zipper. So this is the second time it's broke, and I already sewed this on there, but I'll just sew another, maybe I'll reuse that webbing and sew that there to hold it on. I guess this isn't very, the zipper I bought from the sale, right, but it's not really holding up back here. Oh, I guess because it's not covered. Here it's covered. You can see it's like protected, but I didn't cover it up back here, so maybe I should have extended my flaps further. Good to know for future versions of this. So I just stitched that up, and then I just realized, look at this. Maybe it's the topping lift that's sawing through my zipper, not UV damage. I think that makes a lot more sense. So all I gotta do is take this line and tie it back here instead. That's just my little adjustment for the topping lift, and I think that will fix it. That'd be great. Great. That's one less thing to have to deal with. That should last then. So actually, let's look at this. This is the Acre canvas, and this is the Sunbrella. So it's been 3 or 4 years, and they look like they're holding up. It's just the same, just as good to me. So Acre is a good stuff. If you don't have one of these speedy stitchers on your boat, they're only like 15 bucks. I highly recommend them. They make repairs like that so fast, and they come with this like really thick waxed thread. And I mean, it's nice to have a sewing machine, but this can do pretty much everything a sewing machine, and it doesn't take that much longer. And it's well, okay, it takes a little bit longer, but way better than hand stitching. And look, it takes up like no room at all on your boat, and you can actually get pretty nice results with this. All right, I got my first panzacchini. Highly recommend the panzacchini. Thanks for watching. Please join me next time for another exciting passage over to Greece. If you enjoyed this video, maybe try this other video that YouTube has recommended somewhere on the screen. And if you're enjoying this series and want to support it, there's a link for Patreon down below. I'll see you guys next time.